Craig said, "Where's the link?" Oh. Craig said, "Where's the link?" Hold on. They must have was tagging Craig. That's a good way to close the show. They must have was tagging Craig, bitch. They told Craig, "No, ma'am." Listen, hold on. Let me cue Craig's song up. Let me cue up Craig's song before I give him this link. Let me cue up Craig's song.
Craig came right on.
Let me cue up Craig's song before I send him this. Let me do this, girl.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to exchange seats with a young man that you heard so ably accompanying me. So if it's all right with you, I'm going to exchange seats with Gavin.
Let me Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Come on. Come on, Craig. Where you at? Don't ask for the link and don't come. There you go.
Traveling.
I don't see it yet.
Laryngitis quite often. Running in and out.
Craig told me this the day he got with Carlton.
So I'd like to talk to you right now about a doctor that visits.
This is what Craig told me the day he got with Carlton. Craig said this to me. I don't want nobody.
Sitting around, me and my man.
What's the game? Say it,
I don't need nobody. Look, Aretha said, "I don't need nobody around me and my man." Period. Me and my mother, my brother, my sister. Would you believe?
Would you believe? I get up, put on some clothes. That girl Aretha told y'all.
I don't mind company. Because
company
it's all right with me.
It's all right with me. Yes, it is.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Don't get me wrong, people.
Don't get me wrong.
I really don't mind company.
I really don't mind. I like you. Listen. Let me just say this.
Where you at?
At work.
Oh, you downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing for hair?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know, bro.
So do I need to bring curler?
Yeah, you can. Is that late ass Amir? No, that's not Amir.
Oh.
No. You know you interrupting my work, right?
Oh, girl, I didn't know you was live.
Yes, this work for me. I know y'all don't.
Okay.
I know y'all don't see my job as a job, but this how y'all don't miss no check when I hire y'all to do something.
What time, girl? What time you?
The time you told me.
I'll be there at 5 o'clock.
Bye. I mean, but now that you done told Sante that I'm live, are you gonna keep talking?
No, that ain't Sante.
Oh, that ain't girl. You go through more hair people than.
Yes, ma'am. I don't need nobody.
Wait, let me tell you why that song is so powerful. Because Aretha said, "I don't mind company sometimes." Because see, some of y'all got friends at the house. That man that came home from work, and you sitting at the house with your girlfriends. I don't want to see somebody when I come to the house every time. I just want to see you. I don't need your company every time I show up. But see, some of y'all don't understand that you don't commingle certain things. Amen? That's how that man ended up sleeping with your friend. To see, you ain't solidified nothing with him yet. Amen? So Aretha said, I don't mind company sometimes, but I don't need nobody around me and my man. Amen?
Maddie?
Well, I don't want your man. So
That's how you end up in one of the Portia and what's the girl's name situation from the Housewives.
see, I don't want your man. So I feel attacked when it be like, well, girl, I can't communicate. I'm with my man. I don't need you around me and my man. So I was like, well, girl.
But wait, you gotta give them the story because everybody don't know the story. You gotta give them the story. You gotta give them the story, Madison.
See, my walking papers the immediate moment that her and Carter got together.
Wait, tell them the story.
The immediate, as soon as him and Carter made a union,
Oh, it was over.
I don't want nobody. Always sitting around me and my man. I was like, well, girl.
Madison was giving very much. Well, Craig, can we? I said, girl, I don't need nobody around me and my man now. I don't need all that company. Now, once upon a time when I was single out in these streets, you know, we could dip and dodge and rip and run the streets. But girl, I got a different situation going on now. So wait, Madison, when you heard the song today, you texted me. It was like, baby, I done fell out.
Bitch, I screamed and hollered.
Wait, had you heard the song before today?
Not the live version.
Okay.
Her turn on. Because I watched her live in Sweden.
Uh-huh.
And then it came and she told him, and she said, you know, when I'm out on the road, you know, I get laryngitis and stuff like that. And, you know, she started doing all that. And then she said, and I want to tell y'all, you know, I met a man who came and fixed all that. Bitch, when I tell you I fell out and screamed and hollered.
Yes, indeed.
Now, what I will tell you about Aretha was very gullible for a man.
She was. Now, I'm not that. But she definitely was.
Aretha was very man gullible.
J-Lo was given that too.
Who?
J-Lo?
J-Lo won't stay single for 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I think she's back talking to
being African.
Yeah.
No, Mo, they ain't talking because see, communication is our partner, clarity is our friend. They back fucking.
Okay. Well, Mo, I got to slide you to the side because you may not want to be a part of this. But have you seen the dick on Ben Affleck?
You seen it?
It's a nice little piece of candy. It looked like it's an old nasty pullback. It's a nice little piece of candy.
Well, maybe that's why she keep going back.
Well, honey, they say Mark Anthony got more dick than all of them.
Well, Wendy Williams swears she going back to him.
To Mark, well, that's who they say got all the dick. This Mark Anthony.
Hold on, I'm clicking on images. Give me 1 second. He ain't got no ass. Oh yeah, he hanging, but he ain't got no ass. Girl,
listen, it's a noise piece.
It is. His back goes straight to his ass.
It's a noise piece. It's noise. He ain't no Nigerian, but it's noise.
Stop pumping Mo up like that.
Look, now, Craig, don't act like you didn't come downstairs and we're like, what the hell, stop? And like, what the fuck going on? What is all looking at? Downstairs is like a fucking goddamn USSR missile. A USSR missile sitting in them goddamn Nigerian pants.
Girl, them pants stay tight.
what's going on? Craig was like, Madison, I don't know what Mo down there looking at, but honey, Mo is ready to motherfucking DEFCON 6 something down there.
Listen, Mo be sitting down there with them tight pants on, them little ninja slippers on. He'll sit down there in some tight pants, a little ninja slipper.
Yes, and Craig was like, honey, it was the hunt for Red October going on there. The submarine was. He said the submarine was sinking, torpedo.
I said, girl, I went down there to give him the assets for the show, girl, and all I saw was.
And you came upstairs. You say you was alarmed. You was like, Madison, I don't know what Mo's looking at down there.
But he ain't got no asset in the system.
What he got out the system is the fucking torpedo ready to launch. I was like, girl, what's going on? So I was like, child, quit fucking with Mo.
Oh my God.
They got upstairs and head to the desk and be like, Mo, they cry.
But when I tell you, J-Lo, she will just, it's like she doesn't give herself time to recuperate, to heal.
Listen, that coochie wasn't getting beat right, so she needed to be beat right. That being Affleck must was wearing that pussy out. Well, I know what she didn't go back to.
She ain't go back to Puffy. Is anybody interested in the truth?
Yeah, let's talk about it before we go, Craig. You know, close tourist season out right. Close tourist season out right.
Yes.
Maybe they just became like really, really good
Girlfriends.
Okay, I ain't say
My
that.
girlfriend.
I didn't say that.
They're too thick and thin. My girlfriend. My mother-in-law brought this back for me from Disney. She was down there a couple of weeks ago. It was Pride weekend. And I said to her, I said, so girl, you brought me a Pride t-shirt. You think just because I'm gay, you got to bring me all of the paraphernalia?
My girlfriend.
So it said play Alexa. Alexa play Best Friend by Sweetie. Oh man, you ain't gotta do the man like that.
Oh my God. But yeah, the people got to tweeting me on Twitter talking about they on the show talking about you. So I was like, let me go over here and see what they talking about.
So they was tweeting you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I said, baby, they summoned that hoe because that hoe.
Especially when we started talking about Brandy.
Oh,
y'all talking about my girl Brandy. y'all talking about my girl Brandy.
Craig, we is not finna talk about that you wrote the song Almost Doesn't Count. We tired. Yeah.
Made you love me.
Craig, you supposed to be. Craig, listen, that bitch need to credit you for that. You know, she don't never credit you for that, but you wrote that Almost Doesn't Count.
You need to send me a check over here because you know people say when the T.S. Madison experience was airing, I don't know how he makes his money. I'm like, what for books? I ain't never heard of them. Well, maybe you just don't read, niece.
Ooh.
Well, I ain't never heard of his books.
Oh, listen,
fired.
people don't listen.
Zero.
People don't got to hear of it. The ones that need to hear of it is making you stay where you stay.
Exactly.
Honda BBB, I shot. You be thinking that you got to be in front of everybody in order to make it. You got to be. They got to. Because I see people all the time when somebody posting, who is that? I never heard of her, and I'm like, nigga, nobody never heard of you. The people that need to hear about me, I work with.
Right.
Who the fuck is you?
Oh my
I
God.
never heard of them. Bitch, ain't nobody never. Who the fuck is you, nigga?
Right. It's like, stop worrying about how I'm eating.
Right.
Oh my God. We need to schedule a live. We need to do a live before you leave.
Girl, you want to come over here and get in this pool, girl.
That's really what I want to do.
You gotta come up with the excuse to come.
I really want to come over there and get in the pool.
That pool do look good, Maddie. That pool do.
It do.
Yeah, we need to do a little.
The whole setup look good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The whole setup looks good.
Almost made you cry.
Oh God.
Craig, you know you've been under the radar. What's been going on in your life? Come tell the public. You know, on my platform, because you know They swear if you ain't been over here in 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 months.
We ain't friends. We done fell out.
We ain't fucking around. You know, they sitting around waiting, honey. Sitting around waiting, honey. They heard one bitch say this and one bitch say that, and then they say, well, girl, just wait. We waiting on Craig, because Craig gonna come with all this information.
Oh my God. But you know, like you and I have had this conversation before. Even if we fell out, I'm just not the kind of person that would go to social media and be talking about that kind of stuff. Not that we would fall out, because I just wouldn't allow that to happen.
I give you enough space, but you and your man, it ain't nothing. Bitch, we was just talking about getting back on the road yesterday.
Exactly. So that's what we were talking about. So Madison and I have been talking about getting back on the road with the Queen Supreme Court, and another thing that we've never talked about publicly.
Yeah.
To do that. But then I don't know if you shared with them that we shot, you know, you and I shot some stuff a few weeks ago.
Yeah. You know, I'm still working on that, Craig. You know, I'm still working on that, working that shit out or whatever. You know, I talked to you about some other little stuff in between, you know, some communities that I've been having or whatever, you know, with plays and stuff like that. Yeah, but you know, people that's the shit that I don't like about people. And I tell y'all hoes this all the time. So I know some of y'all may come in, y'all may slide through it, may lurk or something or whatever. Anytime y'all write something negative about me to Craig, I see it. Craig, show me. We show each other.
Right.
I think you shouldn't trust it. Like, girl, do you see this?
Right.
This how a lot of y'all mess up a lot of things.
It is. It really is.
This why friendships, partnerships, and stuff got to be strong, because it'll be the messiness that y'all do down there.
Right.
In the Craig, you got to watch
right.
So you mean to tell me a 10-minute video and then you over here telling him he got to watch me? No, bitch, you the one that got to be watched.
Right.
Then the energy out, they ain't vibing. We laughing and talk. They ain't vibing. I just feel like the energy.
Yeah. And even if she and I don't do lives and stuff together, like we still talk. Like we still talk. You know what I mean? We
don't be out eating and all kind of shit. Like, girl,
right. And look, and you got one more time to go down to my restaurant without me too. I done took her to this fancy restaurant.
You told me Aretha said you don't want nobody around you and your man, and I don't want you and your man thinking that because I go out to eat with y'all and I'm trying to get in the middle.
I'm just saying, like, listen, I didn't took her to this fancy restaurant. I didn't see her take all these other kids down there. They ain't used to eat nice. And it's only two couples that I'm interested in getting in between. Two. Who are they?
That ain't none of your business.
I know who one of them is.
That ain't none of your business. I get right in the middle.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I get in the middle.
One of them anyway.
It's two couples that I get to, maybe three couples that I get in. I want to see what the hell going on. I'm like, shit, let me see. Do they have an OnlyFans? Then some of them don't got no OnlyFans. They be together. I be like, let me see. Let me slide. I'm waiting on you and Carson OnlyFans. I've been waiting on that for.
No, we're not doing that. See, we wholesome.
Don't you come in here trying to put the OnlyFans girls down. I'm
not saying nothing about it. Let me explain something to you. As for me in my household, we don't get into all of that. That's in your household, that's your business. I believe that whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. I was not looking for open relationships and threesomes and all that kind of stuff. So that's not what I have. Like, that's not what I was looking for.
Okay, so my question is before we go, because we supposed to be gone about 2 hours ago. But my question is Craig, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I'm listening. See, we could have been talking about this one day. I come over to the pool.
Girl, you're gonna be too busy. You're gonna be too busy getting your fish on, girl, just swimming. So this is what I want to. Yes, this is what I want to talk about, Merle.
What?
I want to ask because I be trying to have these conversations with folks, and I be trying to figure: is the new thing with relationships now is the third party to make it happen? Is that the new thing? Because I see a lot of relationships, you know, have a +1. Is that the new thing? Am I missing something?
Well, I mean, for some, but like, you know, they just did a conversation on Red Table Talk about polyamory, and they were just basically talking about just the different dynamics. And I think most people who are not in a polyamorous relationship don't really understand it. I mean, I understand it and how it works.
Yeah, I understand it, but I'm just saying, is this the new thing to make to make relationships work? Like, is because
Well, see, I think that's the perception that people who participate in that think going into it. I think a lot of times it's like, well, in order for you to really achieve 10 years, 15 years, or whatever, I need to be able to have some options, and I need to be able to, to dip and do it with some other people. But I know that there are a lot of people who are in those kinds of relationships that are only in it for the other person. They don't necessarily want to be in it, but they're in it because it's like, well, I'm gonna go along to get along. But that's just not for me. And no judgment for anybody who's interested.
Yeah, that's just not for me either. And there's no judgment on the people. Because I was talking to a really good friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, and he said that no one person is going to be with one person for the rest of their life, and they're going to want to have options, and not options. They're going to want to tip out, and so instead of doing it, whatever, maybe they should have conversations or give and pay. I'm like,
and see, for me, I just feel that every relationship has its expiration date, right? What I mean by that is we all have to die. So even if you stay together for 30 years or 40 years, like, bitch, we gotta die. But even if you don't stay until death do us part, some relationships are designed to last for 6 minutes, 6 months, 6 years, 16 years. I just think there's a terminus for everything. And so why not just end the relationship and then just go on and move with somebody else? I'm not a fool enough to think that with 7 billion people living in the world, that I'm going to be with the same person my entire life. Now, I mean, I'm 45 now. So like, I do want that long-term partnership. But when I was 20, to think that when I was 20, that I would still be with the same person now, there are people who do that. But that doesn't happen for every single person. That's just the way I feel.
And there are people who I've spoken to who are not really interested in the poly thing. But then it was somebody that they like, and then the person that they like starts, introducing them to this type of stuff. And like, I've had conversations where they say, well, I really was not into that, and that's not really my. And I'm like, well, why would you doing it? It's like, well, I felt like, and I just feel like that whatever you make compromises for.
Now, see, I do believe that there's a distinction, beloved, between compromise and settling.
Whatever you make compromises for, you end up settling with. That's what I'm saying, because it's just like they were telling me, this individual was telling me that they were not into that. That's not something that they were into, that they were into their partner or whatever. And then all of a sudden the partner was like, hey, I want to, and then they said they were apprehensive at first, and then it was very much so like, okay, they're going to do it. And then after they did it that first time, a minute went by, and then it became.
In that instance, I do believe that is a compromise, because if that's not your standard and that's one of your boundaries, and you overstep that boundary for the relationship or for that person, then yeah, you've moved beyond your boundaries. You've moved beyond, what you've deemed as a deal breaker and what was not. You know what I mean? So I just don't get into all of that. But I do think that a lot of times people confuse having a standard.
Did you get your lasagna? Anyway,
but I do think that people confuse having standards with having rules in their relationship too, right? So like not even having rules, but having standards and having a type. There's a difference between having standards and having a type. Like a lot of times you'll hear people say, "Oh, I need a person who's 6 feet tall, or she has to be dark brown, or I like big breasts, or what." Like that's a type. Having a type will keep you single. I think you need to go after the thing that
you mean basically like having a list, basically.
Yeah, like when you have these unrealistic lists, like the person he can't have ugly
chili.
Right. Like he can't have ugly feet and all, like that stuff is dumb. Like you really need to get into.
She just came here attacking me.
You saying I'm attacking you?
Have ugly feet. What I said was his feet. If his feet ugly, he gonna fuck your life up. He gonna walk. He gonna ruin. If his feet ruin, he gonna ruin your life. He gonna walk all through your life and ruin your shit. Because he don't give a fuck about his feet. He damn sure don't give a fuck about you.
But no, I think that some people are monogamous at their core, and then other people are not. I think that there's a spectrum. I think that you have people that are completely monogamous. Then you have some people that are in the middle who may be faithful depending on the relationship. And then I think you have some people who are just not monogamous at all. And that's okay. I just think you need to go after the person who wants the kind of relationship that you want. But a lot of times people who are monogamous get with people who are not monogamous, and you try to train them on how to be in a relationship with you.
How do you know that they're not monogamous if they're presenting themselves as wanting a monogamous relationship? And then one day they just be like, well, you know, I found this boy was cute at the grocery store and I wanted to fuck him, so I gave him his number and I want us to do it together.
I mean, but that comes through conversation and just being really present and paying attention to, like, you know, when a motherfucker is not faithful or not. You can just watch their actions. We all know listen, I've dealt with some slippery motherfuckers in my day. And
so do you ever call to look at boys together? Have y'all ever looked at men together, other men?
Like, no, like, we're not sitting around like, ooh, da da da. But I'm not, like, he'll say, oh, I think such and such is really handsome. Like, he'll say stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I don't expect you to not be attracted to other people. Now, don't be saying, oh, he got a fat ass.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The person that I was communicating with was like, yeah, in a relationship, you will be attracted to other people. And I think that you should be allowed to have to act on your attraction.
Now, see, I don't get into that. Now, if that's what if that's a part of your boundaries in your relationships, then by all means, that's not in mine. Now, I definitely think that monogamy for some people is a choice. You understand? Like, you make a decision you decide whether or not you're going to be faithful or not. It's a choice. It's a responsibility. Monogamy is a responsibility.